Awesome to catch up to Riley Green. Riley, congrats, release day.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're excited.
You should be. Third album's out there, 18 songs. I love it whenever you get that kind of level of music on a single album. 18 songs. Is there something you're trying to say when you decided it was time to put together the record? Don't mind if I do.
Well, I had a couple of songs do really well on an EP beginning of the year. Jesus Saves and Worst Way are two really big songs for me. So I couldn't imagine not putting them on this album. And what that ended up doing was giving us 18 songs, but just a lot of riding on the road, a lot of things that I thought were songs that fans had already liked or heard. I'd teased a little bit live. And then also some brand new stuff, even some songs that I wrote a couple of years ago that I've just never been able to get out. So I think it'll be great to have a lot of different types of songs on this record.
The two songs you mentioned are two of the five that are solo rights for you, and there are three others, including the title track, Don't Mind If I Do, that features Ella Langley. And lately, Riley Green and Ella Langley's names have been together a lot. Tell me about Ella.
Well, I've been a fan of Ella for a long time. She's from Alabama, not too far from me, and I think we grew up listening to the same kind of music, and I think that's kind of why our styles are really similar. Had her on tour last year, and "You Like You Love Me" came about, and it's such a giant song for both of us. So I love to see her having that moment she's having, and it worked out great that I wrote "Don't Mind If I Do," and she was able to jump on that one because now we've each got a song featuring the other, and they're two very different styles of songs. So it's great to have two very different songs that are being successful at the same time.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned You Look Like You Love Me. It is a monster song. And, Ella's career over the last year, 18 months, has really exploded. And songs like that surprises no one that her career's exploded. But you're the perfect guy, I think, to have on that song.
Well, it's being that we're on tour, it just made a lot of sense at the time. But I think it's really believable, being that we came from the same place and we probably had the same kind of accent. I think that our voices probably match up well. But it's been a really fun thing to see that song become such a big hit.
You mentioned being from Alabama, so is Ellie. The inspiration for the record, do you still draw from kind of that small town Alabama basis that you grew up on?
That's really where I draw most of my inspiration from. I found that I obviously love going home to the farm when I can, but it's more important now probably than ever because I do get so much inspiration from there, and it reminds me of the values and my family and that small town setting that inspired so many songs that got me here. So I really try to write from there as much as I can.
Release day for Riley Green. You're going to tour the record, and that tour is going to have you close to us on the 3rd of April, Kingston, Ontario. Tickets are already selling like crazy for this.
Yeah, I'm excited about coming back up there. Canada's been so great to me every time I've come through, and I'm glad to see that it's growing and the venues are getting bigger, and it just feels like I'm going to another place close to the house to play a show. Man, it's crazy to me that people are that far away but grew up so similar.
Anybody who hasn't seen the promo video for the tour, stop what you're doing now and go find it. Just Google Riley Green tour promo. You're going to find it. I love the homage to Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, my manager came up with that idea, and I think the mustache made him think of Burt Reynolds, and it was a lot of fun to do. It was a fun day of shooting, and it's obviously been a really cool thing because it's getting a lot of attention.
Who came up with all the CB handles?
Well, we let all the artists come up with them, so everybody got to come up
Really?
with their own CB handle. Yeah.
There's Jake Worthington's, and it was the most compelling to me. I got to meet him a few weeks ago, and he's going to be one of the support acts on parts of your tour coming up early in 2025. And I got to interview Jake Worthington a few weeks ago. It's been a long time since somebody's been that polite to me.
Yeah, the interview probably ran a little long too because he's a pretty slow talker. Man, he's one of my favorite guys. His voice and the type of songs that he sings and the style that he sings in, there's something that's very George Jones about it, and it's really unique. And I feel like that's one of the best things you can be now is different and have your own sound. He certainly got that.
Yeah, for sure. So Riley Green's going to be April 3rd, Kingston Slush Puppy Place. Get your tickets now. And I would do it now because, again, there's not that many left. I know these Canadian dates are really selling good. The record's out today. How do you measure success for a project like this? You're on to record number 3. So do you have a particular expectation?
Well, there's always songs on an album that aren't a giant hit. The numbers don't make it just a big hit. It'll become a platinum record overnight, but it means something to somebody, and I love it when people come and tell me about an album cut, so to speak, and how that song applies to their life or they can relate to it. And then you obviously want to have a few hits on the record. You want to have some singles of the radio. You want some songs that do really well and perform well and that people sing at the top of their lungs at your shows. So it's for me, it's just having a combination of all that. And I always look at my writing as what song's gonna go well into a live show? What do I need to add into my set? So when a song finds its way into the live show and I'm playing it for the next several years, that was a successful album when I've got a few of those on there.
Right on. Now, you do have a song that's just screaming up the radio charts right now, Damn Good Day to Leave. So I think so far you've hit success as you define it for the record because knowing that I was going to be chatting with you, thinking about the single, now it's been stuck in my head for the last couple of hours. I would think that's a good thing.
Yeah, anything that gets stuck in your head, from thinking about it or hearing, it's always a good sign that it might be a hit. So I'm always happy to hear that.
Good. Now, let me shine a light on what else you said, which are maybe some of those songs that aren't necessarily designed to be radio hits, but they resonate with people. So, of the 18 songs on the record, is there a song you'd send me to go find the minute I get my hands on this record?
I'd probably say Jesus Saves would be that song for me. I mean, I think it's got a message that's pretty powerful, and it was one that made me feel something the first time I heard it, and that's always kind of my goal is to get some kind of emotion out of the listener.
Good. Jesus Saves, one of the 18 tracks on Riley Green's new record. Do you plan release day on your birthday every album, or is that just a fluke?
Oh, it was just a fluke, but we might have to start it. Pretty good reason
Happy
to celebrate.
birthday.
Appreciate it,
Happy
man.
birthday, Riley Green. And thank you for spending a few minutes with us here on release day of the new record. Don't Mind If I Do is available anywhere music can be bought and consumed, and tickets available for the show coming up April 3rd in Kingston. If you'll let me in the building, I'd be happy to be there. I always love a Riley Green show.
Yeah, I got you a ticket. Come on.
No, I'm buying. I'm buying. It's better for business if I do, but we are happy to have you and April back on our side of the border, and we are beyond thrilled to have this 18-track record on our laps right now. Riley, again, you've always been so great to Canada, and we love it when you're on our side of the border, and thanks for giving us this time.
Appreciate it, man. Always good talking to you.